Welcome back, everyone. Well, everything is so expensive nowadays that a lot of us are trying to stick to a budget. So why not explore your own backyard and learn a little bit more about our beautiful state? Well, joining us from the Bailey Saddleland Museum is Don Bailey. Hello, Don.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having us here.
Absolutely. Well, tell us more about Play the Plains and why we should all come out.
We think just for the cost of your saving in gasoline and the advantage of having virtually no traffic to get in and out of Denver on, it's great to go east and southeast to see some of the natural beauty of the county as well out that way.
That's right, and we've actually been out that way, and it is really beautiful to go exploring. Now, a lot of people think of a mountain getaway when they hear the word staycation, right? But you say we shouldn't rule out eastern Colorado. There's plenty to see.
Absolutely, don't rule out it's nice rolling hills, and then the springtime it's green, and in the fall we have the beautiful colors up and down the creeks with the cottonwoods, so it's as good as the aspen.
That's right. Okay, tell us more about the area you're representing this morning because you actually live there. How long have you been in eastern Colorado?
Well, I was raised and born the entire life in eastern Colorado. Where we live now, we moved there in '91.
Okay, and you've been there ever since?
Yes, since '91.
Wow, what are we looking at here, Don? Is this part of the museum?
Yes, that's in our museum. It was right there we call Saddles Around the World. I've got, I think, about 13 different countries in that picture there, from a German war saddle to Afghanistan, Nicaragua, all kinds of different saddles in different shapes and locations. This one in front of us here is made in Mexico.
Okay.
And it's roughly 200 years old.
Wow, that's awesome. And you've brought some here in studio. So are these some of your favorite, or how did you decide which ones you wanted to bring in?
I brought this one pretty much for the age and the uniqueness in the style, how much they've changed over the years. This one has kind of built-in shaps. You
I
can
see
just
that,
stick your knee under if you get into cactus country. And they call it a mission saddle or a Sinaloa saddle because that was the portion of Mexico where it was made. Made for going through the desert and the cactus country, and it was also made to be used by priests that would ride little donkeys. And if they happened to convert someone, they had a special pocket
There's a little pocket in there.
That you could have a bottle of wine for communion on the spot.
That is so cool. What made you want to start collecting horse saddles?
Well, I was always one of those kids that fell in love with horses from the time I was 4 and rode hundreds of miles behind my dad on his horse before we had one that would work for me. And so from the time I was 10, I've never been without at least one personal horse.
Really? That is so cool. My dad would love to come out to this museum. What does it take to preserve these saddles?
It takes a really good wife that'll go around at least once a year and put cream on 465 saddles. So.
Oh my, so how many do you have total?
Yeah, we counted before 465.
Oh my goodness, you could use a different one for every day of the year, and then you've got 100 left over.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is, how long have you collected these?
I got my first saddle when I was 8, and I got married in '77, and I had 3, and I convinced her we might start collecting one a year. And as you can see, I'm not 400 years old, so I got a little bit ahead of myself.
Cool. But there is a passion there, and I think that is so, so neat. Well, what other things can we do if we come check out your part of the state this summer?
Well, there's at least 12 different museums that's in an organization that we're in, from the Lyman Heritage Museum in Lyman, the Elbert County Museum, which has a lot to do with the Smoky Hill Trail, and that is in Kiowa, not Elbert, even though the county changed, and the Burlington Carousel Museum, and that's in Kit Carson County. They actually call it the Kit Carson County Carousel, but in Burlington. There's museums from Burlington and Cheyenne Wells along the east side of the state all the way back to our place, coming up through Kit Carson and Hugo back into ours. And you could have an easy trip from going to Kiowa one day to ours, maybe even Hugo and Lyman all make a loop and come right back.
That's right, and have a good time. Well, now is a perfect time to get out. The kiddos are out for the summer and explore that eastern part of Colorado and come see Don and all the other museums you can go to, and the best part is they're free admission.
Absolutely. Ours is always free. It's not just this year.
Okay, well, thank you so much for coming in this morning, and we can't wait to see you out there.
Well, thank you. Look forward to it.
Of course. Okay, everyone. Info for you guys to head on out there this summer. Go out and learn more about Colorado's history. You can enjoy free admission to 11 Colorado museums and attractions now all the way through Labor Day. Find the full list on OurJourney.info, or you can call them at 800-825-0208, and just make sure to use the code OurJourney when you plan your visit.